parentheses panels. That's what should be done up here for the foundation
For the
plates.
foundation
You know,
plates.
it could be a custom element, but it's for the foundation plates.
Gotcha.
Then it would pick up on that. It'd go where it needs to go. But it's not a big deal. Here's another one here. I mean, this is, since it's a non-lapel stair bracket placeholder and the elevator outrigger placeholder, with our stair system, that goes on a post, not a beam now, because if it was a lapel stair, it would go on the beam. So obviously it's a post. So they know that already. But I'll just put it in there
Gotcha.
because that's where it needs to be assigned. So it's a part that goes on a post.
And you're
And then-
doing this just to figure out the raw materials, right?
Just to price everything.
You need to price out the raw materials.
Yeah. Yep. So then, we come over here, we could carry this formula on down, which is what the pivot table's reading off of.
Okay.
And it's going to have a couple of errors in it. Where it says false here, you just go right in and replace them. And it'll pick up that it has another category.
Okay.
No big deal. I had that fixed once, and then it didn't work anymore, so I just write it in my hand. Everything else has to have a name to it if it's going to get priced. And so we're good there, except for you see a couple falses for rows.
For the rows, for the
but we're getting rid of those
headers,
anyway.
yeah.
We have to get rid of those. So then over here, we're going to take this formula and we're going to put it right here. And we're going to bring it down. Whoops. That didn't work. Okay. Copied it, put it right here. Try that again without switching around.
Okay. I think I asked them. I'm not sure where we get faxes there.
Take this one. Whoops. Bring it down.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna have to email.
Now I'm going to, this is where I read it. Takes a little longer than you may think, because I'm going to take this opportunity to read it, make sure that it looks okay. There's very many common elements to all the jobs. And then there's things that aren't very common, like these threaded bushings.
Yeah.
Those aren't in very many, but you see there's only 22 of them.
Yeah, so they're going to be expensive.
Yeah, look at that, each, 15,
Yeah.
20 a piece. But that, like I said, there, you don't see that very often. Maybe it's something they're doing new, I don't know. There's no description or anything. Or one thing we got to do is look at the notes as well to see what is included and not included, and anything I need to know that they tell me. But so I really don't mind doing this because it allows me the time to read it. This one here is another subtotal. We take it all. And then here's another subtotal right here. We'll get rid of that one. subtotal.
Wait. You deleted one.
Yeah, it's a subtotal.
No. Go back. You deleted a beam.
No?
Oh, okay.
See a subtotal
Oh, gotcha.
in your foot.
Scared me.
Yeah,
Okay.
tell me about these subtotals, but that, like I said, anytime you have that and it says
Why don't
linear
you
feet.
sort those?
What?
Why don't you sort them out?
Because I'm reading the entire download and
Because you're missing some, right?
I'm not done. What do you mean I'm
Okay.
missing some?
Like you already went through this one.
That's different. That's isolation tape.
Okay. Okay. Oh God, that's crazy.
Why? It's easy though, but it's still. I mean, I read the thing, and that's
Yeah.
sound insulation tape that goes
Trust
on top
me.
of the truss.
Trust me, I used to buy every single one of these. I did it for 17 projects.
Yeah.
I know every single thing you're doing.
Yeah. So
This is what I used to do.
right.
to
So when you're
buy.
looking at this, you know what it's supposed to look like, with,
I do.
and so do I after doing enough of them, and so I like
This is
to
one
read
sh-
it. Hmm.
Okay.
What?
No, I'm just trying to think that
What do you
if
think?
you like to read it, which is different than what I like to do.
Well, you're putting all your faith in it that it's right, and if you're talking about $1 million of somebody's money and the mistakes that can happen and that I've seen at this company even just recently, and the way we're not capturing money, it's important that somebody looks at this.
I gotcha.
I mean, I would never just price anything directly off of a download because they're, for instance, they're
No,
not
I would clean
complete
it up differently. That's what I'm saying.
by just filtering it and stuff. But I like to read to see
No,
what's
by
in it.
sorting it.
Right, sorting it. But then when you sort it, you're basically taking out the things that I'm reading, and you're just eliminating the things you're targeting to remove. Well, I'm reading it and eliminating these things at the same time.
Gotcha.
So I like to just the way I prefer to do it.
No, it's good. If that's what you prefer to do, that's good. I'm just thinking, if that's what you prefer to do, then maybe what we're thinking of doing may not make any sense.
What's that?
There's not automating the download.
Well, like I said, that's fine. Automate all you want. I'm still going to read it.
No,
Because,
I know,
I
but
mean,
if you prefer to like go line by line,
I do.
then and delete things manually.
Well, if you got rid of the subtotals, that'd be great because, if you do miss one, like, look at this one here, 331 feet of 3.5. It's $18,000. If I didn't delete that, we'd be overcharging. It'd be nice to have that money, but at the same time, it could keep us from getting the job.
Exactly.
So there's no reason to have the subtotal here. If nobody's using this but me, those need to go away, and that would be great. I mean, if I'm the only person that's going to take this download and do anything with it, I don't need the subtotals.
No, we take the download to figure out like a forecast, how many linear feet of post we're gonna, if each thickness
Right?
you're gonna use. So we use the linear
So you
feet.
use the subtotal.
We use the subtotal.
Right,
So it's
okay.
just that maybe it's a different,
It's-
like that's for forecasting, not for estimating.
Yep, and that's
right?
fine.
Like
And
each person has a different need.
yep, and that's fine. I don't mind it because, again,
It makes
I'm able to take my time and do this the way I want to do it to make sure it's correct.
is good, yeah.
And I'm able to stay on schedule, no problem. So as long as everything is being covered correctly, we're good. I mean, it'd be different if I was way behind and we were trying to find time
Yeah.
and accuracy at the same time, but we're not, that's not the problem. We're not
Yeah.
having those kind of problems. Like I said, it used to take, when I first got here, 2 days to do a single one. We're doing, we could do a few a day. We've 4 times faster
Yeah.
and way more accurate. Way more accurate, I can tell you that.
Well, David said you really know your stuff. Which is
Well,
good.
thanks. It's
Yeah. I was like, okay, we're in PMW now. We're trying to go through this. He's like, whoa, where's
Try to,
PMW? They're looking at the bid tabs.
treat it like it's my money.
It's a website, guys.
Yeah,
I
I hear you.
mean, if you don't,
Yeah,
I mean, you got to try really hard, or it's not worth doing. You know what I'm saying? And plus, if I don't do this and know what's going on, and then some executive asks me later, and I say, "Oh, I don't know," that's not a good answer either.
Yeah, I know.
They
I
don't,
hear you.
they frown on that kind of thing.
makes sense.
So I wanna know everything I can.
Wait 1 second. CRM. Can you refresh me with the acronym? Critical something.
Resource management.
Can't remember much. CRM? And now it's,
That's
Yeah, it's just server.
Oh, I don't know.
You know how to serve? Channels.
Remind me, but of material.
We use beacon.
I mostly just use it to get Exhibit C stuff filled in.
Oh, on the check for those guys. I'll have to find
Yeah,
out.
so-
I haven't even-
Yeah, I don't. Have you ever seen the Exhibit C?
But I'm just wondering how you, should you get, should the density metric here?
Well, yeah. Here's
Yeah,
what I
let me
do.
check where, I'll call you right back.
are you looking for an Exhibit C that'll go with the latest download for 17th and Park? Because that much of the download is gonna be in density and metrics, so you could use that off my latest download.
I can do that.
Oh yeah, off the
Okay.
newest download,
Okay, I'll get that updated.
cause that would work.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's where the differences are.
That's a lot of what I need.
There you go.
That's pretty much all I need, really.
Yeah, well, take the latest download, cause that's the one I'll be pricing off of.
Browse projects. Oh, in Northgate, I think I go to project statistics. A whole lot of the stuff for the Exhibit C. Then I also go to tier quantities, installation quantities, get a couple
You're done. Yay.
Now we confirm that we don't have any missing over here, looks good, come over here, and it looks good. And then we do our little check exercise here, because we were having many, many, many issues.
I wonder if there's a way that we can just do another tablet to populate.
But it seems to have been fixed over the last couple of weeks. See, we're at 54 cents
Let's all put our hands
there.
together.
And then
Come
the
on,
new
let's go.
pricing sheet.
We can do it.
I have some questions.
Uh-huh.
The Q3 pricing is at 54 cents for coils.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to be at 43
Yeah.
when the pricing was supposed to be at 52, so I'd have to change all the pricing. And so this just confirms that at least at this part I have the updated pricing list. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do a few more just to make sure that this is right as well. Just because even though I'm pretty sure it's right, I would be.
You like to confirm.
Yeah, that's, I mean, now I'm supposed to try to figure out horizontally.
I mean, just a rough one.
Yeah.
And it goes back to questions, hey, didn't you check that pricing, Rick? What the heck
Yeah.
were you doing?
Hovering around $3.
Questions I don't need
Okay.
to answer.
So we can get exactly what we were, I think that's where we were trying to
So,
go. So it was like 2 something.
What I do
Picking
then,
apart
I just
whatever we had
usually just write down
higher
what I'm
than
doing.
we had in PM.
Okay.
That's fair. Putting that.
Come over here and
Otherwise, I would think it would.
And again, that's one of those, there's no real defined
get out my good old steel book here.
cost to it, so that's.
10 by 3 by quarter.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the way that
What?
BMW wanted to
20.72.
was actually, hey, this is the
Do you have this memorized?
Some of it.
Hmm?
Some of it.
You do? All right, what's the
8.61 for 3.5 to 3.5 Bs. 10 point, wait.
19.02 is 8 by 4.
8.61.
I used to have half of this memorized, and I don't know why I can't remember any of it. So I still have that in like
It's
my book
good.
here.
Well,
Yeah.
I keep telling them that they should have a table that just has all that in here.
Yeah. Well, I have all the things I need. So.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But like I said, I
I know
used to.
because I used to do the same thing when I did my forecast, right?
I used to know some of this. I mean, I had a lot of it memorized, but I can't remember. I mean, all right, so those are all 3 times. Those are all 3. That. Okay, 3.5, 3.5, 3/8.
Either way, we would still always have brackets. Which that's not.
It's 14.71. That's come down to. Oh, there's 2 custom posts. See, now that's a different one as well.
Yeah,
It's
who
gonna
knows
be
what
a
it's gonna
3.5
be.
by 3.5, but we don't know how heavy that
The
is.
thickness, yeah.
So we're just gonna put in 40 pounds. Because the last thing I'm gonna do is give that away if it's a 5/8. You know, it's not gonna
Yeah.
be 5/8 or 3/4, but at the same time, that's a place to hide $20.
Yeah.
And then, last thing I